Welcome back to Real Florida TV. Today we have Alex Pemberton. Alex has made the trip all the way up from St. Petersburg, Florida, to visit us in beautiful downtown Chipley, talking about Alex's business, which is pretty unique. Alex owns A-Plus Restorations, a business whereby if you have the scurrying of little feet in your attic or maybe in your crawl space, you've got mice or a squirrel or maybe a raccoon that's up there or down there and doesn't need to be, call Alex. We're going to talk about how to get in touch with Alex. And Alex not only removes the animal, but also removes all the residual defecation, all of the possibility of disease. This is pretty interesting. You don't realize how much disease, how much bad stuff these wild animals carry around with them. So we're going to be talking to Alex about all of this and maybe educate you about this. I know that I have in our pre-show, so hopefully this is going to be interesting to you as well. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, or maybe there's something you'd like to see featured, just give us a call, drop us an email, or visit our website at realfloridatv.com. We'll be right back with more from Real Florida TV. Over 600 square miles of pristine, unspoiled Florida, the way Florida was supposed to be. Welcome to Washington County, Florida. From heritage special events to hunting, fishing, boating, or just getting away from it all, Washington County offers a taste of the real Florida. Washington County is an opportunity to take a deep breath, relax, and get back to what's important, quality of life. Check us out at visitwashingtoncountyfl.com. We'll be waiting for you. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today is Alex Pemberton. Came all the way up from St. Petersburg on a beautiful day and visiting us here in Chipley, Florida. Thanks so much for making the trip.
My pleasure, truly.
You know, when we first spoke about your business, I was pretty intrigued. Pretty interesting stuff, but scary in its own way, too. Sometimes we say that, you know, there are no dangers out there as long as you don't know about them. But the more you know, the more leery you are. Your business, A-Plus Restorations, multi-state business now, deals with critters, those intruders in our crawl space or our attic that shouldn't be there or in our walls. But more importantly, the health ramifications. Let's start at the beginning, Alex. Let's talk a little bit about A-Plus Restoration and what it's all about and how you get started.
Well, about 12 and a half years ago, I was a nuisance wildlife trapper and running around the state of Florida, catching critters out of people's homes. Much like a lot of trappers that you see these days on TV, you know, the Billies of the world and the Turtle Man and things like that. I was doing that type of stuff and catching these animals. And one day I happened to climb out of an attic. There was an elderly lady there. And I had concluded my inspection and told her what the animal was and went to shake her hand, and she withdrew. And quite frankly, I thought I may have offended her, and I hadn't come to find out I hadn't offended her. What the problem was is she was an industrial hygienist for the past 30 years, and she told me she wasn't sure what I was carrying around on my hand and wasn't about to shake it. And quite frankly, it kind of got my gears turning, and I was unknowledgeable of what was going on in those attics. So I started doing some research on my own. I started doing some research. What kind of stuff am I bringing home to my family? And quite frankly, I was stunned. I was shocked. You know, learning from the CDC, for Centers for Disease Control, from the United States Department of Agriculture, of course, websites and stuff, and just reading literature, I found out that many of the animals that I was dealing with, or were dealing with, had many different diseases that I could contract without ever even coming in contact with the animal. Raccoons being a primary, which would be, they carry 27 different communicable diseases to humans that you don't have to come in contact with the animal. They can actually become an airborne particulate once they dry. And there's a lot of people starting to preach this thing that I've been preaching for 12 years, that these animals are carrying these diseases. Long and short, I started a business creating a service of removing the debris, the fecal matter, the urinary, the latrines, if you will, from these animals once they've been there. They carry fleas, ticks, mites, and lice. So we remove that stuff as well. just to protect the homeowners, their families, and things like that. I thought I was doing them a disservice by just trapping the animal and plugging the hole at that point. So that's how the business got started.